welcome to another Christmas popcorn fest. No, popcorn club. Let me do it again.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to another popcorn club. It's still Christmassy up in Hizzy. Got my penguin sweatshirt on. Got my flashing lights. Polar bear as opposed to regular bear. Someone's a bit excited. This week, what are we going to see? Anything Christmassy?
Not really.
Not really. Oh.
No, sadly.
We went to see St Vincent. I suppose saints are quite Christmassy, aren't they? What is it about?
Well, it's Bill Murray on babysitting duty, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Is it like Bad Santa?
A little bit. I mean, there are definite similarities there between the two. He's your angry man next door, grumpy man next door, and Melissa McCarthy and son moves in, and she's going through all sorts of family troubles and doesn't have the time to spend with her son. And Bill Murray is kind enough to charge her $12 an hour to look after said son.
For him to get drunk and look after the son and take him gambling.
Hijinks and cantankerousness, etc. ensues.
A role model from the wrong side of the tracks.
Well, quite.
It had the feel of like a semi-independent-y type film, like it wasn't very mainstream.
From a first-time writer-director, I don't know quite what he'd done before or quite where he'd found Bill Murray's phone number, but also the supporting cast seemed to be of a much higher calibre than, or deserving of bigger parts than the roles they were playing. It's really nice to see Bill Murray back in a leading role in a film, and in a film and a role that actually plays to his strengths. It was 2005 since his last leading role in a film.
What was that?
That was Broken Flowers, which I don't
think I've seen.
No,
what about all the Wes Anderson stuff that he's done?
Yeah, but leading, he's always a supporting. Oh, okay. They're all supporting roles and everything he's done.
Even Zissou?
I think Zissou?
I wouldn't say he was supporting. I would say he's the main character.
I think that was 2004.
Oh, okay.
He's really good.
Yeah, I want him to be my neighbour.
You could throw all the adjectives, all the superlatives his way, but it kind of takes a little while for you to warm to him. I think the way the film starts off with his slightly wandering accent, which is the first thing that I noticed, or the twig in the back of my head was, I don't think his accent's quite consistent here. And then the next character we see is Naomi Watts, and she's also doing something of
Eastern European,
an interesting accent.
I actually thought she was good.
Well, this is the thing, but they are, but I think when you're first introduced to them, and my first impressions of them is like, oh, this could go badly. I was apprehensive going in for the first 10, 15 minutes because we kind of get broad strokes of a slightly dodgy accent in Bill Murray and a potential caricature in Naomi Watts' character. And then when we get introduced to Melissa McCarthy and son, it telegraphs exactly what's going to happen fairly early on. Unless it really hammers home and gets everything else from then on right, I think it's in for a lot of trouble. Fortunately, I think kind of from then on, the performances are kind of spot on. Even though you know where it's going, it does a decent job of walking the line between mawkishness and sentimentality without going too far over the line. And I think Bill Murray is ultimately fantastic in the film. That I look upon it with favour. Well,
I kind of go the other way because I think all the performances are really good. I just really don't like the story. I think the story's really cliched and really predictable, and I think it's so bad that not even the good performances of the actors can elevate it. In lesser hands, it would be a really terrible, terrible film. It's not a terrible film, but only because they've got great actors in those roles that are just great to watch. Like, I think Naomi Watts was a surprise, as you say. I think Bill Murray's always wonderful to watch, in my opinion.
I think it's nice to see Melissa McCarthy do something where she's not passing gas in at some point in the film. Yeah.
She's the straight man in a lot of this. And I didn't know she could do that. I know that sounds really awful, but
it's just not something that she does. So it's nice to see.
Nice to see her flex and the muscles
and not do it badly.
Yeah, she did well. It's just
the young boy as well.
Yeah,
is actually really nice.
I just think the story
Nice little actor.
is not good. I just think it's really cliched. The ending, the whole like culmination of it all, where it's kind of this.
I saw a little tear. I saw you wiping away the tears from your face.
But I felt
Ashamed
dirty.
of the tears.
I felt like,
Why am I
how have I
crying?
been sucked into this? This is just terrible. And I actually,
think
on
it is quite
reflection,
good.
no,
Despite that.
yeah. But on reflection, I'm like, the story wasn't good enough to warrant that tear. I feel cheated that it managed to get that out of me.
No, I think
It
that's
didn't
Bill Murray's
deserve it.
performance. I
It
think
is Bill Murray's
You know
performance.
exactly where the film's going, and it's leading to that point, and it's almost.
It
daring
shouldn't
you
have
to
got a
enjoy
tear
it.
for me, and I'm annoyed that it did. And as you say, it's purely because of Bill Murray. God damn you, Bill Murray. I'm just disappointed that the story's not, and the storyline and the whole thing's not better, because they could have done wonderful things with it.
I still thought they did pretty good things with it.
Well, they did what they could.
Yeah.
Well done.
It was a surprise to see Terrence Howard pop up just for really 2 scenes. Chris O'Dowd has a few funny lines, but as soon as he starts mentioning the saints in schools thing,
I didn't like that whole Catholic school subplot. I thought it was too cheesy. It was too cheesy for me. For the quality of the acting we were getting, we could have gone beyond that. And some of the stuff it was reaching for could have been handled a lot better. Care home stuff and his wife and just all the issues it was touching on were quite big, important stuff, and it just was really clunkily handled not by the actors, by the script and the story, which I'm just sad about. That's what I was crying for, really.
Why weren't you better?
Why weren't you better? So yeah.
Despite the shortcomings and shortcuts the film takes with plot, the performances make it worthwhile, just about. But you seem to be of the opposite opinion.
If you're a Bill Murray fan or a fan of any of the other actors, yeah, definitely watch it.
And also, how can you not be a Bill Murray fan? You have to go see it.
Okay,
somehow.
fine. So yeah, popcorns.
6.5 popcorns.
See, we just had an argument about how good it is, and I'm exactly the same on popcorn. 6.
Yeah. But you're like...
I'm 6 because I'm disappointed. I feel like it should have been like an 8 or 9 with those performances.
But I'm like, the performances are good. The performances are great. Story's not so much, but I still enjoyed it. So
6. Okay, fine. Good. Anyway, 6. There you go. The definitive popcorn rating between the both of us.
No, 6.5.
6 for me. Next week.
Well, I'm assuming it's the culmination of 9 years of Middle Earth, is it not?
Well,
unless you've got any better ideas.
That sounds like a rather grand assumption to me. The big film out next week is The Hobbit, isn't it? There wasn't really anything
The Battle
else.
of 5 armies. There's 5 armies and they're battling. How can
Well,
you
we're
not
going to go and
that?
see 5 armies battle in The Hobbit. So let's get strapped in, ready for that ride. Have you seen St Vincent? Did you enjoy it? Or were you not so much enjoying it? Thumbs up if you're a Bill Murray fan. Everyone should give the video a thumbs up if that's the case. Also, don't forget, at the moment we're doing every Wednesday and Sunday hashtag Popcorn Festive Fest, where we are reviewing a different festively themed movie. Festive. So join us for that. If you want to catch up, the link to the playlist will be in the description box below, and we will see you next time for The Hobbit. Bye. Bad. Oh, it's good, and then we end up on the same mark. How is that possible? How?
Don't know.